Hey there! I'm going to do a little video here showing how I like to do my satin stitch roses. I'm going to be doing this video using silk. This is hand-dyed silk thread from the Thread Gatherer. If you've never worked with it before, it's 12 ply, most silks are, and I'm going to use, let's see, can I do math? I'm going to use 4 ply, which is easy. So the reason is that when you kind of tease the end of your silk, see how it's separating into 3. I'm just going to grab one of these. Whoop, pulling it out. So here's that's actually 4 ply. I know that's confusing. Let me fray this so you can see. If you would like, you could do this with 1 ply. Here you can see my 4. Very, very tiny. So I'm going to go ahead and just use the 4 ply since it's easy to separate the floss out like this. I find that using all 12 ply is just too thick. And then doing 1 ply is absolutely gorgeous, but we just don't have time for that in a video. So obviously the fewer ply you use, the silkier and more satin your satin stitch will look. Oops, I'm having technical difficulties with my needle here. I would have done it beforehand, but I wanted to show you the plies there. Okay, here we go. Now I'm set. All right, so whether you're using silk or cotton, it's going to be the same. I think I have a cat hair or something happening right here. Oh my goodness. I really need the lint roller. Got it. Okay. So, whether you have silk or cotton, it's going to be the same situation. You can use all 6 ply of your cotton, or you can go down to 1 ply. Same principle. You know, if you use all 6, it's going to be chunkier. I actually do like to do 6. I also like to do 1 here on my rainbow hoop. If I can slide it in here without making a disaster. This is 6 ply with cotton. Okay, so it's not like, it doesn't look like satin or silk. It's cotton. It looks, here I did a pretty nice job, huh? It looks really flat. But you know, the more ply you have, the more texture you're gonna have, which is totally fine. So I'm gonna do something more like this. This is 4 ply with the silk, I believe. Should have checked ahead of time, huh? Yeah, that's what that is. So there you go. Okay, let's get started. Enough of my blabbering. Alright, so I'm going to do like an ombre look. So I grabbed my darkest reddish pink, and I'm going to start in the middle. And there's really no wrong way to do this as far as picking where the colors go. It's going to look pretty whatever you do, I promise. But, so if you don't choose the same petals to do the same colors that I do, like it honestly doesn't matter. Okay, so you can see I like to start in the center of my rose. This right here is going to be open or have French knots in it. So I start in the center of my shape. And the reason that I do that is because it kind of acts like a guideline for the rest of the stitches. If you start at one end or the other, there's a chance that you're going to have kind of warping of the direction of your stitches over time as you move across the shape. So I find I have an easier time of maintaining a single direction if I start in the center of the shape. Now, which direction should you choose? Well, that's up to you. You're more than welcome to look at what I've done and do your stitches in the same direction that I am doing them in. Or do something else. I don't really think about it anymore. I just kind of go. There are some considerations. So you don't want your stitches to get too long. So, for example, technical difficulties. Okay. For example, for this shape right here, if I went from here all the way across to here, that's kind of a long stitch. So you probably wouldn't want to do that direction. However, if you went this direction, that's a heck of a lot of stitches. And over here, look how tiny they would have to be. So maybe I would cut at an angle like this. So it's something in between, you know, a mix between convenience and working with that satin stitch so that you do what's right for it. So here we go. I'm gonna go back on this side now. Here we go. Got lost for a second. So tension's really important. Having your fabric drum tight, and I mean drum tight, guys. This could even be tighter. But when I see people that have like wrinkles in their fabric or creases, that's actually maybe a good way to know if you have your fabric tight enough. Is like have a piece of fabric with a gnarly crease in it and pull it on your hoop until that crease is gone. Then you'll know your fabric's tight enough. And then you don't have to iron. So yeah, that will definitely help to have your fabric super tight, because you don't want your stitches tighter than your fabric. Okay, so for this shape, I don't want my stitches to go the same direction as this shape. So that's another thing I keep in mind. So I say, all right, let's mix it up. Let's do this direction. It's just a little bit different. And that just helps differentiate between those different segments of the rows. I'm lucky I had really lovely light this morning.